The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has unveiled strict selection guidelines for the Tokyo 2025 World Athletics Championships set for next month in Japan. Now, according to the Secretary General, only athletes who meet the World Athletics entry standard or rank within the top 20 in the world ranking quota will make the team. The criteria effective immediately aim to reward commitment, uphold professionalism, and ensure only Nigerian top-performing athletes compete on the global scene. Athletes have until August 24, 2025 to meet the standards before the final squad is announced. The AFN says the move will promote team spirit and collective responsibility while maintaining discipline in Nigerian athletics. I'm hoping that this turn of event, this new guidelines, is as a result of what has happened in the past. Let's get the reaction of a correspondent of New Telegraph, a veteran journalist when it comes to athletics. We've got Charles Ogundiya. Thank you so much, Charles, for joining us on the show.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Charles. It's great to have you join us in this conversation. We also have Baby Dekpo. But Charles, quickly, I'm seeing this new is like there's a restructuring right now to give us renewed hope in athletics. I would love to ask you, how significant is this decision by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria to limit the selection of athletes only to those who meet the entry standard or those who rank in the top 20 of the world ranking quota? What impact could this even have on Nigeria's medal prospect in Tokyo?
Well, let's put it this way. A lot has happened during the national trials, and a lot has been happening in Nigeria athletics at the start of the year, especially after the stories surrounding people Billy and what has been happening in the past. Now, it is very, very important and very, very vital that, yes, you might have qualified, but coming for the trials there, you need to really put in your best too. And that's one of the things that have caused for this decision this time around. Because when we continue to go for a competition, carrying everybody there, and at the end of the day, we'll go with 50, 60, 20 athletes, and at the end of the day, we won't even get a single medal, or at the end of the day, maybe one bronze, one silver, or one gold. So let's go with our best. Let's know if we are going with 5, then let's know that those 5 are going to give us the result needed. Those 5 are ready to fight for the color of the country. And I think that's a good one for us. That's part of what we have been saying in the past, that don't let us always make it a jamboree, everybody, you must come. Yes, the standard is important, because for you to run and within the standard, then it's a good one for the country. But if you are not committed, again, then it is not a good one. That's why we need those that are committed and those that are ready to fight at major championship.
All right, Baby Dekpo, the AFN says this will encourage excellence, discipline among athletes. In your assessment, with this policy, will it encourage all these mentioned by the AFN?
Well, I think for this time, I think I would agree with them, because consistency, competition as well gives room for growth and development. If you know that at this point, if you do not make this certain rank, or if you do not get to this certain level, you will not be going out to represent the country. It gives you extra motivation, to beat whatsoever level we were before, to get better, so you can always go out and continue to do what you do best to represent the country. So I think, yeah, it might look a bit rigid, it might look a bit, difficult, and coming on the heels of the fact that it's just a new development, ahead of major competition. I think it would have been better if this information had gotten out very much earlier. We should have prepared the minds of the athletes, and everyone involved. That, okay, this is the way things are being done now. This is the way things would run as from. And so I think it's a new, beautiful development. At the same time, I think it affects some athletes, but definitely, I think on the long run, it's a good one. It's a good way to go.
All right, let me go by what was presented by the World Athletics Championship, by that document for target number of athletes, team by event. Now, for the 100 meters, we have a target number of 48. I'm hoping that we can have that on air right now. You can see. Charles, I'm throwing this question to you right now. Looking at the times, of course, the target times, for the men, we must be able to run the sub-10s. And for the women, yes, 11, a bit lenient for the women over there, but these times have been provided by the World Athletics Championship, or the organizers of this competition, and the World Athletics, the organization. Charles, this standard, these guidelines that has been created by the Athletics Federation, in line with what has been provided here by the World Athletics, could it risk us excluding talented but maybe currently unranked performers who might really pick up in the competition? Could this risk us from parading some talented performers in this competition? You know, some of them do pick up when they get to the competition. They get to churn out the surprises. If we have this cap, would it risk us from taking these kind of performers to this competition?
Well, looking at the standard, it's not just now. They don't just put the standard there now. Started August 2024 till August 2025. So it's a whole year time frame for anybody who really wants to get to that standard. If you look at some of these our events, let's talk about the sprints. Let's talk about the 100 meter, 200 meter. Yes, we've had people that have already met up with the standard, that have already qualified. And looking at the throws, because if you look at it now, we might be having better opportunity in the throws. That is the short put, where we have Chukwuebuka Nekwechi. Talking about the discus women, where we have Obiageli,
Obiageli, yes.
Where we have Chioma, where we have Ashley. So we are then talking about Ama, where we have Shade Olatoye.
Yes.
So not forgetting our own Toby Amuson world record that definitely have to be at the championship and as a woman. Then talking about Christina Ochonogo. Christina was at the final of the Olympics the last time. So we still have those that have done well for themselves, that have really got into that performance, that they've reached there. We've had some of our athletes like Poinsola have done, I think, sub-10, like 4 times or 5 times this year alone. That's Poinsola Jai. We have Israel Inwang, and we have the likes of Alabakitola and 200 meters. So definitely, we have the athletes that have done it.
Okay, Charles.
Top position to really go there.
All right.
Yeah.
But Charles, most of these athletes who have done top sub-10 are not the ones based home here in Nigeria. And this cap that has been provided by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria is giving me this concern about the home-based athletes. When you say you want to parade only athletes that are in the top rank, that also have performed excellently well, how might this decision affect the home-based athletes compared to those training abroad?
Let me put it this way. There's somebody called Enoch Adegoke. Enoch got to the final of the Olympics the last time. And Enoch Adegoke is still home-based, still based here in Nigeria. When you talk about this lady, Patience Okon George, has been going for major championship, qualifying from home here. So it's not a case of these athletes coming out to the only thing that I'm not so happy about is the fact that some of these, our home-based athletes, they felt intimidated. I don't know. Maybe when they see those foreign-based coming around, they kind of be intimidated and are not coming up with their best, so to say.
Charles, what do you think can create such an intimidation? Charles, what do you think would have, prompted such an intimidation? Something should have prompted that, and So I'm still concerned about them with this cap that has been provided by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria.
Well, if you're talking about this World Championship, yes. But going forward, they all know, they have idea of what is happening now. They all know what they can do. And I can still bet you, some of these home base can still go to Region 2 in Ghana and still achieve the standard. If you can make up the standard, 10.00 for men in 100 meter, then it's a thing that they can do. Look at somebody like the 400 meter guy that won the national trial. Nobody gave him the opportunity, Gafar. Nobody gave him the opportunity to win the 400 meter, but he came out and got it done in Jabatek. So let's see how others can do it too. Let's see how others can come out and show that they are better off than those so-called based abroad. But I can bet you there are so many things that is causing the kind of intimidation here back home. And that's why we are calling on the federal government to really give opportunity to these athletes. It's not just about when you win, come and collect it. Let's spend money on preparing them. You can't expect somebody that is not thinking of food, not thinking of where I'm sleeping tomorrow, not thinking of how I'm going to get to training ground, not to do better than somebody that is all here. We think about what to eat. We think how he or she's getting to the training center, nutritionists, and all stuff like that. That's one of the major problems that the home-based athletes are having at the moment. Where are the facilities for them to train? How do they get there? What are they eating? Are they eating right to be in the right frame of mind or in the right form to perform? Those training abroad doesn't have that. They have everything available for them, especially those that are in school, even those that are professionals. They have those things going for them. So that's why it's different. Then when you see your counterpart that you want to compete against coming with different things, and you feel down that, oh, I don't even know where I'm getting my next meal from. So it's one of the biggest things, and the government should do something about it.
All right.
Very soon.
All right, Charles, before I let you go, I'm still with you here. Charles, we've got a deadline, and that's the August 24th, 2025, which is approaching. What realistic chances do Nigerian athletes have, if I'm going to ask you, for this to meet up with this qualification criteria that has been created by the Athletics Federation of Nigeria?
Let me put it this way. If Sate Kenya or Mayela was unable to qualify from his own country, had to come to Nigeria to be part of a competition that was our own event here in Nigeria and qualified, and at the same time created the new African record. So let's see what can happen. Let's see how our athletes, and then luckily for them, they are still having a Region 2 championship in Ghana coming up, and best of the best, I expected to be there. I have it on good authority that Nigeria are trying their best possible to take their best leg so that they can qualify for the relay, especially because we not qualify for any of the relay. So let's see what they can do there. We failed to qualify for the relay because we were unable to be part of the World Relay Championship this year. So that has been one of the biggest setbacks for Nigeria. But let's see what they can do by going to Ghana and see what how they can achieve that qualification. Then those home base, let them be ready. Let them be ready to fight for that time. If you can do 10 seconds, then you are good. You are good to go. And that is if you don't have another 2, because you can only take 3 from which event. So if you have 3 sub 10, then even if you do, the only thing you can do then is maybe you do 9-4, which is, I'm not sure any Nigerian, don't let me even go far at 9-4. Let's say you do 9-8 or 9-8-5 or 9-9. Then you can still drop 1 or 2 up there. But it's going to be difficult, definitely. But yes, let's do that as preparation going forward for next year, for Commonwealth Games, and then later for the Olympics.
All right there. We're hoping that since the AFN has been able to wake up with the criteria, they should be able to create an enabling environment for the athletes to be able to meet this cap, punch their way to the expectation of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. We have been speaking to correspondent of New Telegraph, the veteran sport journalist when it comes to athletics, Charles Ogundiya. Thank you so much for joining us on In the Game.
You're welcome. Thanks so much.